Revelation 2914. From the 8th of October 1943. Love of one's own in the hereafter prolongs the state of suffering. Willingness to help. In the spiritual kingdom, the activity of love has the same effect as on earth. In increased strength supply, thus also spiritual progress, for every activity of love paves the way to God, and closeness to God is the ultimate goal of all beingness. Therefore, love is also preached in the spiritual kingdom, that is, the beings of light draw the unredeemed soul's attention to the fact that only love will bring them liberation, and they also provide them with all opportunities to develop their love. No soul can develop upwards other than on the path of love. Yet this is far more difficult in the spiritual kingdom than on earth, as long as the soul is still ignorant, thus not yet in realization. For then it only touches its own fate, it does not see the hardship of other souls because it is still very much in self-love, which is to blame for its ignorant state. And this self-love prevents it from unselfish activity of love, for the soul then regards itself as the center. It feels unhappy, and unjustly so, for its self-love disguises its own faults, whereas it recognizes all the other souls' faults and feels exalted above them. And so she cannot feel love for her suffering environment. It is hard and unfeeling and takes no interest in the other souls, and so long it will also feel its hardship bitterly, which only diminishes when love ignites in it and stimulates it to love activity. And it often takes an infinitely long time until the soul softens and is willing to help of its own accord. And yet it cannot be stimulated into loving activity in any other way than through instruction from the beings of light, for it must decide of its own free will to be willing to help. It must put its selfish love aside, disregard its own hardship and try to alleviate the hardship of fellow suffering souls. Then its hitherto powerless state will experience a change, the soul will feel the influx of strength and become increasingly more able to help and work with love. Its state will now become increasingly freer, and it will now realize that it is becoming increasingly lighter around it. It will be able to see things which make it happy, its knowledge will increase and its will to reach God will become ever stronger. And thus her activity of love also becomes eager, for she recognizes the power and strength of love, she recognizes her goal and strives towards it. She seeks to come close to God and to redeem herself through love. Amen.